Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about a Google business profile to rank at the top in the map pack, Google Maps, etc. for your small local business. If you're a business owner, marketer, entrepreneur, it really helps in terms of getting more calls, customers, and revenue. So I used to work at Google in the ads department before starting this marketing company 10 years ago. I hope you find this video helpful and insightful in terms of what to do, how to set up your profile, how to manage it, what to do to rank it higher. It's about 15 minutes long. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you have any questions, comment them below, and enjoy the video and learn something about the Google profile. Any questions you ever want to ask, I mean, you could ask Google, you could ask Gemini, ChatGPT, YouTube. All the information is available and accessible online. So like, what is a Google business profile? So it's what you use to create like a Google Maps profile. It shows up in local search, Google Maps results, etc. So for example, let's put digital marketing agencies in Philadelphia as a query here. Obviously, you'll have the ads at the top. Then you'll have the 3-pack, people call it. Now they sometimes show a 4-pack with a sponsored result first. These are actually usually created through demand gen now. This used to be a smart local campaign. But as you see, this actually gets us a decent amount of traffic monthly. It depends on the industry. Sometimes decisions aren't made based on the 3-pack for the industry. For example, maybe with you have like a broken plumbing issue, whoever shows up in the 3-pack with the best reviews, credibility, you're usually going to call them, get a quote right away, try to book something right away, or maybe to find a coffee shop or something very quick on demand. If it's not an immediate purchase decision, like maybe hiring an accountant or a financial advisor, or even a marketing agency, for example, sometimes what they'll do is they'll click to the profile, they'll click through the website, they'll look for information, pricing, services, case studies, etc. But for a lot of our clients like HVAC, plumbing, dentist, roofing, all those types of clients, the 3-pack is vital, and that's where your Google profile comes into play. I personally still don't spend a ton of time as much as I should on our current Google profile, but we've had people manage it and update it over the years, and we're still posting to it at least once a month. We're still adding photos, getting reviews, all of those things. So if you click into someone's Google profile, we dominate here, and you can look into the back end. So if you have a Google profile or your client does and you have access, all you have to do is type in My Business, and it'll show you the profiles that you manage. And you can click into view more, you can click into your specific profile, and this is where you get your dashboard. I'll quickly show how to set up a new profile, but first let's show a dashboard. What's really important is if you want to see if it's working, you can also connect this with Google Analytics or Google Data Studio or some sort of reporting dashboard. But there's a performance reporting button here. If you click into that, there have been some slight decreases over the past 6 to 12 months, and that's due to the AI overviews. So a lot of your clients might see a downward trend since November of last year. And that's because a lot of people are getting their answers from GPT or AI overviews now and going to the Google profiles less. But this is where you can see an overview of visibility, clicks, calls. If you have a booking link, maybe you have like a med spa. If you have directions, like people clicking to go to a coffee shop or something like that, you have a lot of direction requests like a restaurant, or people clicking through to the website, which is more common with people like industries, like I said, for not immediate purchase decisions like a marketing agency or accountant or something like that. So that's where you find that information. So when you first create this profile, what's really important is to add as much context as possible, starting with editing your profile. So if you are a service area business, I highly recommend your business name being what's on your documents, such as your tax ID, your license, your insurance, whatever, because you cannot have an address in your profile. Now, if you do have a physical commercial address, that's an office, a retail store, a warehouse, brick and mortar, something that's classified through third parties as being commercial versus residential, include that address. It will help you dominate within a very local real estate, meaning hyper-local results are easy to rank at the top if you have a physical location, because Google is now more hyper-local than ever before, simply due to the human nature of people wanting convenience. What's closest by, what's the best option? Conversely, if you have a service area business like plumber, like maybe you're a plumber, Plumbers Philadelphia. If you don't have a physical location, you can have a service area business. So some of these examples here, you might realize, okay, here's a physical location, here's a physical location. These are going to show up first if you have a physical location, because Google wants to prioritize the customer searching who's closest and most reputable. The further down the list, you're going to have more service area businesses. See, this one says Serves Philadelphia. They're still 5-star rated with 71 reviews, but they don't have a physical location. so Google's not going to prioritize them as much. That's really important to understand and distinguish the difference here. Physical location, commercial address versus a service area business. A lot of our clients have service area businesses, that of which also run into the issues of getting suspended or needing verified, which is another process that Sean might talk about in terms of suspensions and verifications, because it's a common occurrence that Momentum Digital is actually one of the top 5 providers in the country of dealing with. It's very prevalent ever since I forget which update it was back in 2020, 2021. Now, one other thing to note is if you do have a physical location commercial address, you can actually manipulate the name of your profile. So if I wanted to be a little greedy here, I could say Momentum Digital, SEO, and PPC marketing services. That's very likely to get approved because Google's like, hey, you have a physical location, people can go there. Maybe you change the name of your sign and this is what people will find now. So not a lot of people know that. It's a little bit of a trick. It's not something I recommend, but we've done it for other clients that are open to that discussion. Business category is very important. So let's say you go over to ChatGPT. I put a few prompts in here. What are the top 5 key components to a small business to rank higher in local SEO to get more search impression share with their Google profile and website? Fully optimized Google profile, which is what we're talking about now. Strong review strategy, especially with the Google profile. SEO optimized service pages and location pages. Local relevance and authority signals. Do you have backlinks? Do you have citations? Do you have popular social media accounts? Do you have any press? And then ongoing GBP and website activity, blogs, posts, updates, photos, reviews, etc. It is not more complicated than this. This is literally the blueprint. If our account managers were all following this, they'd have a lot of success. The only reason I feel like a specialist on this is because I have the perfect case studies with my other company. So if you search for cell phone screen repair, Philadelphia. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of companies that do this. And now I'm going to give you a great example. My company's called Phone Repair Philly. Obviously I have keywords in the name, which helps. 3 of my 4 profiles are in the 3-pack. So who are they likely to call? Probably one of my stores, unless they're like, hey, we hate these guys or I'm a competitor and they want to go further down the list. That also goes into the website showing right beneath that. So, I practice what I preach with my other company. And one thing you're going to notice here is, hey, this one has keywords in it. I added keywords to the profile. These are stores. They have physical locations. I can change the name, address, phone number because it is commercial. I'm not going to open it up for questions yet, but I hope this is kind of sinking in. Next prompt I have, what are 10 suggestions to optimize, manage, and grow a Google business profile? Pick the right category because that you don't add really keyword search terms to a Google profile like you would Google Ads. So the primary category, this one says primary for Momentum, is marketing agency. Then you have secondary categories. Those are for relevance. So what do you do? Website designer, advertising agency, marketing consultant, internet marketing service. So these buckets of keywords are what Google is going to assimilate to what people are searching for to show your profile, which also goes hand in hand to what you're describing in your description, where you have 750 characters to use. Maximize that space. What do you do? Who do you do it for? Where are you located? There's now a suggestion description here with Google's AI. Super easy. Make sure to fully fill out the edit profile section. Name, categories, description, opening date, phone number, chat number, website link, social profiles, short name. They actually delegated or relegated this, but address, service areas, hours, special hours, conditional hours, which might be relevant for a restaurant or whatever. About the business, how do you identify? This is new since COVID. Accessibility, this is popular since COVID. Amenities, crowd, parking. Google just wants you to fill this shit out because it's something they care about, and it kind of small differentiating factors. A lot of this stuff at the more section aren't nearly as important as what's at the top of the profile. Next, fully complete the profile. That's what I just showed you. But there are additional components. You have products and services and bookings. So where can you add more context to a profile that involves keywords? That would be products and services. So we could actually do a better job with ours here. These kind of update and, take user-based suggestions. They scan your website to pull in other things. But each one of these you could actually write into, it hasn't let me recently, but let's say I choose digital marketing. Now you can add a price, fixed or variable price, and then keywords for each service. So if you're a plumber, you can add your services. We got to go back through here and update these. Google automatically did it since I last checked. But as you can see here, digital marketing, price, description, so on and so forth. If you sell products, like maybe you're a med spa and you sell lotions, you can go to products, get started, add a product name, category, price, description, photo. You can also geotag photos. So if I'm uploading photos, you can add kind of like a schema to a photo. How to geotag schema, how to geotag a photo. I think we even have a blog on this. There's like third-party sites you can go to, like Geotag or GeoImager. It's not super vital, but it does help add local context to a photo uploaded. You can also add the same thing to that photo and add it to your website. It'll help it index more for relevance within Google Images and so on and so forth. Keep NAP consistency. This is name, address, phone number. So not just Google, but if you have a name, address, phone number for a Google profile, then it should match on Bing, Apple Maps, Yelp, Foursquare, Pinterest. There's hundreds of citations. If you're looking for the best citations, guess what? You could ask ChatGPT. I also like to use this example, top local SEO citations. I think it's from a site called Omnicore, right here. So you'll get a bunch of suggestions like Better Business Bureau, LinkedIn, BBB, or Chamber of Commerce, Biz Journals, dozens and dozens. Next we have photos and videos every week. So how should you manage your profile? Every week, literally 15 minutes. So I think James is one, for example. You've got WRDRB, I forget their acronym, but everything that I'm saying here is relevant to your business. So every week, what can we do weekly? Well, take 15 minutes, block it out on your Google Calendar. Hey client, do you have any new photos or videos? Maybe I can look at your Instagram page, use a script to download those images, geotag them, image keyword tag them, and then upload them to the Google profile, maybe Apple Maps, etc. You can add photos of your team, different services, storefronts, equipment, products, and then you can add Google Business posts and updates. So those are like offers, services, promotions, events, etc. To add photos, super easy. Click photos. You can view all or add photos. This is new, actually. I've never seen this button. Start advertising. Man, they're doing everything to get people to advertise. So posts. This is where you can add an image. So how to advertise with ChatGPT. You can schedule it. You can add a button. Learn more. You can add an image here. I've got this PNG. I can link it to this YouTube video I just made. This is what's considered engagement. It's considered proactive engagement for user signals. So if I'm posting to YouTube and then I share that to LinkedIn and then maybe I upload that to Google and then post that Google profile link on LinkedIn, now you have engagement, kind of like an ecosystem that emphasizes your Google profile, also your business name and proactivity on various platforms. Google loves that. They love to see what you're up to. If you have multiple locations, you can tag additional locations to post it to. Next, we have build reviews. This is arguably the most important thing for Google profile. Sean does a great job of it. If you look at Momentum 360 or any of my phone repair stores, Phone Repair Philly, hundreds of reviews. This one has over 1,000 reviews. Sean has 500 reviews. These are important ranking factors. Every week, try to get one review. That's what I tell clients. Once a week. You can also get the QR link. You can get the review link right here, QR right here, put it on a business card, share with clients, whatever. Respond to every review, make it natural, make it a normal response. Hey, John, I appreciate the review. It was a pleasure helping you with XYZ service. Let us know if you need anything. Optimize connected pages. So link your Google profile to specific location pages and service pages. So as I mentioned with products and services right here, each one of them should be allowed to have a link depending on the industry. So it doesn't let me link here, but if I had a product or if I was in a different industry, it sometimes allows links. So product landing page, this is where you put a link. That's important. If you have multiple locations, each location should have its own page. So right here, University City location's got its own page. Center City's got its own page. That's what that means. Track and improve performance. You can pull this in with Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Agency Analytics, Looker Studio. You actually have limited capabilities through the performance dashboard within GBP. It just kind of shows you this, but if you use a different reporting platform through the API, you can actually dig into the metrics a little bit more. I'm going to download this PDF and send it to everybody. The two other things I asked above are what are the main ranking factors for small local businesses to dominate? Your Google profile relevance and consistency, the proximity to the person searching, prominence of the profile, reviews, backlinks, credibility, review quality and consistency, your website on-page SEO and how that relates to your business and what you do, titles, tags, descriptions, consistent NAP citations, name, address, phone number, Apple Maps, Bing, TripAdvisor, Better Business Bureau, etc. Local backlinks, Chamber of Commerce, local blogs, sponsorships, events, etc. Momentum's done all this, which is why we rank pretty well. Our website did get a little messy over the past few years, so it's improving again. GBP activity, photos, posts, updates, events, behavioral signals. This is where it comes in, like, are you getting good click-throughs? Are people going through and clicking to your website? Are they clicking your products, services, reviews? That really helps. And then your technical SEO, like, is your website fast, mobile friendly, working correctly? Last thing I asked, what top 5 things should I do weekly for Google Business Profile rankings and local SEO? Add more photos and videos, publish a post, ask for reviews, respond to reviews, and improve the website in terms of SEO. I wrapped this all up in a nice bow. I hope this was very insightful for 20 minutes, very in-depth interview. This is all into here. Hopefully we can use this and put this into some sort of marketing package or campaign or whatever. So that's all I got. I'll pass it over to Sean for suspensions, reviews, removals, etc.
Awesome.